Hi, I'm Abby at Stitch in Heaven, and I'm here to share with you an exciting new project. I want to know who remembers the Quillow. It's something that was around for a while, kind of back in the early 2000s, and I'm sure it's come in and out of history and in the quilting world for a while. We decided that it was time that it came back. But we're bringing it back, not just flat pieces of fabric sandwiched together with a pocket. We actually wanted to make a quilt. So behind me, we have this gorgeous new quilt. It features the fabric line, it's called Nocturnal by Gingerbread from Moda. So we loved in this fabric line how there is a really great variety of value, from very dark, this kind of turquoise, navy-ish color, down to bright whites. There's a good variety of scale in the prints between these large florals. We've got some interesting line work going on, some more simple background type fabrics. So we felt like it was a really, really great option for this Quillow. So the title of this quilt is the Disappearing 9-Patch Quillow. And we will go through how to build the Disappearing 9-Patch block, and then we'll go through how to attach the pillow pocket to the back of the quilt. And then at the very end of this tutorial, I will show you how to actually fold your Quillow into a pillow, because sometimes I think that's the most trickiest part. Let's start out with, you're going to take your fabric and you're going to cut 5-inch strips. We start with 4 fabrics in this project, and then plus a backing. And that can be a 5th different fabric if you wish. So we're going to cut 5-inch strips, and I've already done that here. And we're going to sew them into two different strip sets. So you'll have one strip set that has 3 different fabrics in it. You'll make 2 strip sets that match each other like that. And then you'll have a 3rd strip set that has the 4th fabric, which should probably be a dark, down the center. And then the center fabric from the 1st strip set will be on each side of that. Okay? So once you have your strip set sewn together, and again, those are 5-inch strips that you've cut, we're going to take this and we're going to stack these. And line up our edges the best that we can. I'm going to square up my end here. All right, so once you have your strip set stacked, and you've got your edge nice, clean, and square, we're going to cut 5-inch subsets. Just like that. And you'll continue to do that down for the number of blocks that you need. And you will end up with three strip sets like so. Okay, so when you lay this out, you want to make sure that your matching fabrics are in opposite corners. Again, your 4th dark fabric is in the center, matching fabrics in opposite corners. And then you should have all 4 of the same fabrics in the centers on each side. So next what you're going to do is you're going to flip that over, and you'll take that to the sewing machine and you'll sew along there. You'll open it up, add your second piece and sew along that edge and press it all open. I've already done that. So now you have a block that looks like this. This is a basic 9-patch block. If you wanted to, this would also work with a 5-inch charm pack, and you could just, make sure that you have your matching squares in each corner, lay it out the way it needs to, and create a 9-patch block. Okay, so once you've got your 9-patch block sewn together, we're gonna cut it in 2 directions right down the center. So this block is 14 inches right now, and so we're gonna cut it at the 7-inch line. Just like that. And then we're gonna leave everything right where it is. Don't move anything. And we're gonna go in the opposite direction. 7 inches right down the center. Like so. Okay, so this is where the fun happens. We are gonna take 2 opposite corners and we're gonna rotate them 180 degrees, like so. So now you're going to have matching squares. The larger squares are now in the center, and you'll have a small square out in the corner. You're going to take those, fold them over, and you're going to sew your 1/4 inch seam allowance here and here. You'll open it up, press it open, then you'll flip those over, sew along there, and when you open it up, it looks like this. So this is what we call a disappearing 9-patch block. You are going to make 13 of these blocks. 12 of them get used in the quilt. The 13th is for making the pocket on the back. We just love the fabric on the back of this quilt. It's adorable little sleeping owls, which is really, really fun. But if you can see this, there's a pocket right here, and that's what we fold the Quillow into. All right, so at this point, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna pull down this quilt, and we will get to showing you how to put the Quillow or the pocket on the back of the Quillow and how to fold it. All right, now that we've got this Quillow off the wall, I want to show you the borders that we need to add, and then I'll show you how to add the pocket on the back, and lastly I'll show you how to fold this quilt up into the pillow. The borders for the front, you're going to cut 2-inch strips for the inner border. You're going to cut 5-inch strips for the outer border. All right, once you have your borders cut and put on the front of the quilt, you're going to create your quilt sandwich, and you're going to go ahead and quilt the quilt part of this project. But do not put bindings on yet. You also are going to need to add borders to your extra block for your pocket. So you're going to cut 1-inch borders for your inner border on your pocket, and you're going to cut 2.5-inch strips for your outer border on your pocket. You're going to then go ahead and create a sandwich with your pocket only, quilt it, and then you're going to bind it on 3 sides only. And I'll show you why that is in a second. Once you have that all done, you're going to lay out your quilt right side down. You're going to add this is the pocket, you're going to add that, lay it out right side down. And then you're going to stitch in the ditch along the binding just on these 2 sides of the pillow pocket. Now you can bind the whole rest of the quilt, catching the bottom of the pocket into the binding on the bottom. Once that's all done, you're ready to fold this thing into a pillow. So you're going to start out with laying this thing out right side up. You're going to fold it into thirds, and you're going to use the edge of your pillow pocket as a guide. So you're going to fold it over the top of itself. like so. So I've got this fold is lined up on both sides of the pillow pocket here on each side. Then you're just gonna kind of guesstimate. We're gonna do 3 folds. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And at this point, the quilt should be folded and pretty much right on top and the same size as the pillow pocket. Okay, this is where the kind of tricky part happens. I like to flip it back over, reach my hands way into the deep corners, and you're gonna grab all the layers and kind of pull and stretch with your wrists and elbows. To turn it right side out. And it takes a second, you just gotta adjust it as necessary until it lays fairly flat. And here you can see where we have our narrow border here, the inner border, the outer border on the outside. And that's the Quillow. We felt like this is a great time of year to put out this tutorial. This makes a wonderful, wonderful gift for a loved one. Again, this fabric collection is Nocturnal by Gingerbread for Moda. Also, it's just sweet, cute, great for a child, but it's also, we felt it wasn't so juvenile that it was still appropriate enough for anybody at any age. I really appreciate you spending time with me. It was really fun to share this tutorial with you, and we hope you have a good day.